Hello students, myself Anna Sahib Gorane, Rayat Shikshan Samsthas, RBNB College, Srirampur. Today we are going to study 12th Science chapter Wave Optics, and sub-article is a reflection of light at plane surface. You know reflection, bouncing back of light from the reflecting surface like mirror is a reflection. And in 11th standard you have also studied the laws of reflection. This Yemen is a plane reflecting surface like mirror. The rays, incident rays RA and QB are incident on this reflecting surface. At point A, we draw the normal PA. After reflection, the reflected rays moves along AE and CF. Very simple diagram. Angle made by incident ray with the normal is angle of incidence I. Angle made by reflected ray with the normal is angle of reflection R. Angle of reflection. Now see here, this incident ray PA and QB are incident on the surface, and this plane wavefront AB is called as incident plane wavefront because it is bounded by the incident rays RA and QB. The wavefront first touches the surface at point A, and according to Huygens principle, point A becomes secondary source of light and it emits a secondary wavelets in the form of hemisphere. At time t equal to 0, wavefront reaches at point A. Then wavefront reaches from point B to point C. Suppose it reaches from B to C in time capital T. If V is speed of light in air, then this distance BC is V into T. Distance BC, after time T, the wavefront reaches from B to C. If T is the time, V is the speed of light in air, then BC is V into T. During the same time, the light from A covers a same distance, that is Vt. So by taking A as center and radius is equal to BC, that is Vt, we draw a hemisphere like this by dotted line, and this CE is tangent to this hemisphere. Now see here, the time taken by the light from B to C is T, capital T. The time taken by the light from A to E is also capital T. So this point E and C are in same phase. BC is V into T. Similarly, this AE is also VT. A is also Vt. Now see here, consider the triangle ABC and AEC. Consider the triangle ABC and AEC. Triangle AEC. ABC means this triangle. Here there is a right angle. AEC means this triangle. Here there is right angle. In both these triangles, angle ABC is equal to angle AEC, and from figure that angle is 90 degree. Angle ABC is equal to angle AEC is 90 degree. In both this triangle, AC is common hypotenuse. AC is common, and again AE is equal to BC, and that is equal to V into T, we know. As these three conditions are satisfied, we say that the triangles are congruent. The triangles are congruent, and hence we write angle BAC. Angle BAC is equal to angle ACE. Angle BAC is equal to angle ACE. But by the geometry of figure, this BAC is I, and this ACE is R, because angle between two lines is equal to angle between their perpendiculars. See here, angle between these two lines is I, and angle between their perpendiculars is also I. Angle between these two lines is R. Angle between their perpendiculars is also the same angle, and hence I is equal to R. I is equal to R. Thus, here we say that angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection. Two laws are there. First is angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection. First law of reflection. From figure, it is clear that incident ray, normal and reflected ray lies in the same plane. Incident ray, normal and reflected ray, they lies in the same plane. Hence the laws of reflection are proved. Hence these laws are proved. Very simple proof. Then some remarks we see here, some important points from this figure of the reflection. The first remark is the width of incident plane wavefront AB. AB is the incident plane wavefront. C is a reflected plane wavefront, because it is in between the reflected rays. This width of incident plane wavefront is equal to width of reflected plane wavefront. First remark is width of incident plane wavefront is equal to, that is AB, is equal to width of reflected plane wavefront. Reflected plane wavefront, that is CE. These widths are same. Right side of object, suppose this AB is object, becomes left side after the reflection. This AB here is for the incident rays, this A is towards the right side. After reflection, this point becomes reflected as AE. Right side becomes the left side here after the reflection. Hence, we say that there is a lateral inversion. There is lateral inversion after the reflection. Lateral inversion after the reflection. So this is about the reflection. Now that refraction of light at plane boundary between the two media, this Mn is a refracting surface, plane refracting surface. It separates the two media. Medium above it is medium 1 having the speed of light v1. Medium below it is medium 2. In medium 2, suppose speed of light is v2. This A1A, B1B are the incident rays incident on this refracting surface. AB is the incident plane wavefront because it is bounded by the incident rays. We draw the normal at point A, and that normal is P dash. Angle made by the incident ray with the normal is angle of incidence. Angle made by the refracted ray with the normal is angle of refraction. This incident ray or this incident plane wavefront first reaches the refracting surface at point A at time suppose t is equal to 0. And this point A, according to Huygens principle, it becomes a secondary source of light and it emits the secondary wavelets in the form of hemispheres. It emits the secondary wavelets. The light from B to C, suppose light from B to C takes time t. It takes time t from B to C, and as v1 is speed of light in medium first, this distance BC is v1 into t. v1 into t. During the same time t, the waves from A covers a distance AE that is equal to v2 into t. During the same time t, the light waves from A covers a distance AE, and that AE is v2 into t. Draw the perpendicular from C to this refracted light. Suppose that perpendicular is CE. Take A as center and radius is equal to AE, that is v2t. Draw the hemisphere. The points C and E are in same phase because it takes the same time from B to C and A to E. So our CE is refracted plane wavefront. CE is refracted plane wavefront. Now by the geometry of figure, angle BAC is I and angle ACE is R. Because angle between the two lines is equal to angle between their perpendiculars. See here, this A dash AP is I, perpendicular to this is this line AB, and perpendicular to this P dash A is AC. Angle between these two is equal to angle between their perpendiculars. Similarly here, P dash AE is the angle of refraction, perpendicular to this is AC, and perpendicular to this A is this C. Angle between two lines is equal to angle between their perpendiculars. Hence by geometry, angle BAC is I, angle AC is R. Now in triangle ABC, consider the triangle ABC. In this triangle, sin I is equal to BC upon AC. Sin I is BC upon AC. Now consider triangle AEC. In this triangle, sin R is AE upon AC, AE upon AC. But what is BC? BC is V1 into T, V1T upon AC. Sin I is, what is AE? AE is V2 into T, so V2T upon AC. Suppose this is our equation 1. Equation 2. Divide equation 1 by equation 2. We write sin I upon sin R, sin I upon sin R, that is V1T upon AC divided by V2T upon AC. AC get cancelled, again T get cancelled, and we get sin I upon sin R, that is V1 upon V2. Sin I upon sin R is V1 upon V2. Suppose this is equation number 3. Sin I upon sin R is V1 upon V2. We'll modify this equation like this. Sin I upon sin R is equal to C upon V2 divided by C upon V1. This C get cancelled and our original term will be V1 upon V2. Simple step is there. C upon V2, C upon V1. If this C cancels, we get the original equation V1 upon V2. But this C upon V2 is the absolute refractive index of medium 2, that is N2. C upon V1 is absolute refractive index of medium 1, that is N1. Suppose this is equation 4. From equation 4 we write N1 sin I is equal to N2 sin R. And this equation 5 is nothing but Snell's law of refraction. This equation is nothing but Snell's law of refraction. Thus, here our first conclusion is, or first equation is, thus we get the equation N1 sin I is equal to N2 sin R, which is the Snell's law of refraction. Then from figure, incident ray refracted ray and normal at the point of incidence lies in the same plane. Hence, laws of refraction are proved. Now from this expression we write some remarks. From these equations we write some remarks. First remark is, if medium 1 is rarer and medium 2 is denser, medium 1 is rarer and medium 2 is denser, medium. Medium 1 is rarer and medium 2 is denser, then V1 is greater than V2. And if V1 is greater than V2, then from our that equation N2 is greater than N1. N2 is greater than N1, and hence we say that I is greater than R. Angle of incidence is greater than the angle of refraction. What it indicates? When light travels from rarer to denser medium, it bends towards the normal, and vice versa. That is, if it travels from denser to rarer medium, it bends away from the normal. The refracted image is not inverted. There is no lateral inversion like the reflection. For oblique incidence like this, if rays are incident obliquely, the image seems to be bent. The image seems to be bent or broken below the boundary surface as ray changes the direction. As ray changes the direction, and for normal incidence, it means if ray is incident normally, there is no breaking of the image and it travels without any change in its path. So these are the some remarks about the refraction of light at plane boundary between the two media. Okay, thank you.